kind of in my night roll right now. I'm about to lay my ass down after I eat. Yeah, they talk about a possible Cam Thomas trade for Jaden Ivey straight up. Cam was averaging 20 plus points last year, about 37%, 37% from the 3-point line or whatever. And 6'4", 210. I mean, he got a lot of potential. You got to ask yourself, how do you see him? That's the question. How do you see him, and how does he play with the Pistons now? In one scenario, I can see him being the Vinnie Johnson off the bench, the spark plug, the guy that can get a bucket. Now, in another scenario, a lot of y'all probably want to see him play next to Cade Cunningham. My problem with that is that's another guy that needs the ball in his hand to be effective. So, where you run into issues at with Cam Thomas, you run into issues that with Jaden Ivey. Yes, he's a good floor spacer. He can shoot it better. He's a natural scorer. I think Ivey is a better athlete, and he had the opportunity. He could put up a bunch of points, get to the rim. He's better all around to me, but Cam is a flat-out better offensive player, and I think you can develop the rest of his skills, but how do you see it play? Because if we're going to make this trade, all right, and Cade Cunningham is going to dominate the ball the majority of the year, you don't want to trade for a guy that had the same problem as Jaden Ivey had, who liked to have the ball in his hand and need to have the ball in his hand to be effective. If you're going to give the full responsibilities to Cade Cunningham. Excuse me. So if we were actually talking about going to get an actual guy, I'm just giving you this, the guy that I would like, a Cade Thompson. Now, he's not necessarily available, but he's a guy that's going to defend and catch and shoot. He don't need the ball to be effective. He don't need the ball to get into a rhythm. His rhythm is coming off screen, spacing the floor, catching and shooting. That's how he get hot. Then he take 3 or 4 dribbles, get to the rim or get to his little spot in the mid-range game, the escape dribble. That's kind of what you're looking for. So if you said Ivey for Cam Johnson, that'd be a little bit different. Even at this point, yes, Cam Johnson can play the 2 next to Cade and defend. He could do that. I'm just giving you an example. I'm not saying that's what I would go for, but just an example of guys that you're looking for. Guys that don't need the basketball. And the Pistons was fortunate to pick up 3 veterans who don't need the basketball, and that's Tim, Tobias, and Malik. They don't need the basketball to be effective. So when you're going out there getting a backcourt mate, I think you got somebody similar in Marcus Sasser who can defend, who can score, who can space it and shoot it. I think that's a good backcourt mate for Cade Cunningham, if we being honest. And also, he could be a guy off the bench that can just straight up get buckets and be explosive off the bench. So, in my opinion, if you're going to move Jaden Ivey, if it's not going to be for a deal to get Brandon Ingram, if you're going to move him, I'm going to move him for a guy that's going to be in the prototype of what we need next to Cade Cunningham, and that's a guy who needs low ball usage as the majority ball handler, a knockdown shooter that can defend his position. So, I'm not sure who those guys are out there off the top. Like a Kentavious Caldwell Pope. I know he's not available. I'm just throwing guys out there. Obviously, guys like a Cade Thompson. Those are the type of guys that you want to play next to him. Like I said, you can get away with a Cam Johnson playing next to him because he can play the guard 2s in this league. He's one of those guys that can guard 4 positions. He can guard some power, some small, which is small is a new power anyway, in most situations. Some shooting guards, some point guard. He can switch and guard people. He just can't stay healthy. And that's the reason why Brandon Ingram ain't really been traded yet either, because his ass just can't stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? So, all in all, in theory, I'm not mad at the trade if you bring him off the bench to be the spark plug, or you're going to relinquish some of the ball handling responsibilities from Cade Cunningham to somebody else. The problem is Cam Thomas is looking to score. He's looking to score. With Jaden Ivey, he a lot of times he's looking to make he's looking to not only just score and attack, but also he's looking to play make. So that's the thing about it. You got a guy that's looking to play make, set it up. With Cam Johnson, he looking to destroy. With Cam Thomas, he looking to destroy, and that's fine. But I figure if you're going to take the ball out of his hands, you know, you're probably going to put it in somebody else's hands that's going to find him off the ball. Ivey going to be looking for him off the ball, not just looking for a shot. Cam Thomas going to be looking to come in to destroy and get buckets, and I ain't mad at that. And if that's what they want, I'm not mad at the trade. Me personally, you know, if you're going to take the ball out of Cade Cunningham hands, I just see what it look like with Jaden Ivey and revisit the trade deadline. But if they did it, I wouldn't be mad. I would understand it. You know, he got 20 points on a bad team, but the team wasn't that bad, to be honest. They just, if some of them dudes stay healthy, man, I don't think the team was that bad. So I think that 20 is more valid than some would think. But I would see why they would do it, even if you traded them and you wanted to bring them off the bench and be that guy. They've been moving for like 10 days. I don't know if they're moving in or moving out. This moving truck been here for like 10 days. But that's been irking my nerves. But yeah, you know, that's the thing about it. So, you know, but we gotta wait and see. We gotta wait and see. So, in my humble opinion, I don't have an issue with it. When you bring him off the bench to be a spark plug, I think he'd probably be one of the best six men in the year. But the problem is getting a guy that young to embrace that role when you that good of a scorer. But the problem is he another guy with high ball usage that don't know how to play without the basketball, so you got to teach him to play off the ball. And he can do it because he can already fucking shoot. So making the right pass, not looking to be aggressive shooting, but if you want to continue for him to be aggressive, he the perfect guy to be a Vinny Johnson, your Ginobili. With Ginobili, because you can mold him into a Ginobili, you know what I'm saying? You can mold him into where he giving the ball up, in my opinion. And Ginobili will make the right pass. I think you can mold him into that, in my opinion. So, I mean, I don't have an issue with it, you know. But before you start trading for people, I just feel like you need to have a vision. You need to have a vision. I done seen 10 girls with 10 bonnets on today. It's crazy. They out here wearing bonnets like they fitted caps. It's wild. I seen a dude with a bonnet. I was letting my dog run around. I didn't see people coming. Luckily, I knew one of the women that was walking with him. But low key, she can get it too. I mean, if the kids went with her, low key, you could have sipped some wine or something. You know what I mean? But no joke. I'm joking. But but she could have got it. But nonetheless, Auntie could have got it. But nonetheless, but you know, nonetheless, man, I mean, I ain't tripping. I just, before you make a deal, you kind of got to think things out on how you see guys fitting. And I don't know if you could talk to some of these guys about how they really feeling about the fit and all that. So yeah, I don't have an issue. I see why it would work in theory in both ways, but I don't have an issue with it. If I decide to it, I'll just wait and see kind of what the plan is for Ivey and for Cade Cunningham. But, you know, if it don't work under JB, it just ain't going to never work. If it don't start to look like nothing before the All-Star break, then I think they got to move on. But also, people say Zach LaVine. I don't see that working either. But, hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop video. Financially, want to support the channel, Cash App, $, CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Appreciate the love and support. Check out the Detroit Prison Talk playlist for more videos like this. Peace.